And here's the thing, is like, I love hedgehogs, but I had to say to myself, do you really want to sit with a toothbrush cleaning animal shit off a fucking plastic wheel a few times a week? And the answer to that question is no, I don't. That's the reality of owning a hedgehog. And they smell, but they are so cute. I am recording, yeah.
Yeah. Jess started recording when she
as soon as I started ranting about hedgehog shit, I was like, I gotta start recording.
Yeah, you're getting into the good stuff. We got.
Oh my god, this is really good content. Does everyone want to know how I feel about hedgehogs?
Yeah.
Well, it's really evident when you look around the room, at least over there and over there.
We're in a new location, kind of.
Ish.
A little bit.
Same place, new room.
Woo! Yeah, same place, different room.
We wanted to play a board game, but the board game was too complicated. So
too many rules.
Oh my god, it's not complicated. It's just not intuitive, which is a board game.
I don't feel like learning it today.
Yeah,
a board game should always be intuitive, especially when you're drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. This is One Frame Off. Howdy, folks.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm Brody.
And I'm Jess.
I'm Rose. I'm drinking my Ace Pineapple.
Oh yeah, we're drinking too.
Yeah, we have. We have not gotten together after 2 p.m. in almost 3 weeks, maybe?
It's so nice!
I kind of realized, while I was editing last week's episode, it's St. Patrick's Day. Mm-hmm. We're talking about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, who has the most alcoholic characters ever put on television.
Wait, can I do a really quick amendment? We did not discuss the episode last week where the gang thinks they have the flu, but they're actually suffering from withdrawals.
Yeah.
What?
So it's such an amazing episode.
They're just all violently sick.
And as soon as they start drinking again, they feel better. It's so good. Sorry. We didn't mention it, and I felt bad about that because it's such a good episode.
And then they're all just happy. It's like, yay, alcohol withdrawal.
Yeah, we're not sick. We're just alcoholics.
Yeah.
Going through withdrawal. Huzzah!
Yeah, huzzah.
Oh, God.
But anyways, we're back. It's night. It's no longer morning. We can drink, have fun, and curse all we want. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I curse all day. I really shouldn't, but I can't help it.
Anyways, Rose, you mentioned it, but just once again for me. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking my Ace Pineapple.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I like it. It's really sweet. Unlike today's topic, which is kind of not so sweet.
Moody.
Brody, we're doing a Pepsi challenge with Pinot Noirs right now.
I know.
Oh, God.
I brought in a Cabernet. Jess, what'd you bring me? It's something from Oregon.
Pinot Noir.
A Noir. I'm kind of liking this more. It's smoky.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Oregon Pinot Noirs.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about the Batman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Two of us have finally seen it.
I saw it today, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, Rose got to see it today, so they have an unfair advantage of recollection.
I gave you a rundown. I gave you a running commentary throughout the entire film.
Rose was live texting me, we could say, throughout the entire movie, so we have a short list of fresh thoughts.
I totally procrastinated and did not see the Batman.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yeah, real shocker. Whatever, it'll be on HBO in a month or something. I'll watch it from the comfort of my own home.
I will rewatch it from the comfort of my own home, because it's such a good movie.
I don't know if I want to watch it again.
Yeah?
Honestly. I really don't know if I want to watch it again. I've been told that it's better the second time, so I probably will, but maybe 5 or 6 months from now. It's
Do you think there's a reason for that?
I think it is too long for the narrative. I don't think there's enough girth in the plot to sustain a 3-hour movie. And it's just facts. I thought so many things were so well done, but ultimately it is as Brody has said million times, a paper thin plot they're trying to fill a fucking binder with. It can't. You fucking can't.
I mean, as far as... I liked it. I really did. I will probably go see it again. The plot was decently well done. Mm-hmm. Especially since one of the main characters that we meet hasn't been seen since fucking... What did we say? 1989.
Yeah.
Right? The Riddler. We haven't really seen him in person or live action.
No, Jim Carrey played the Riddler in the 90s. And they're not though. Like Jim Carrey played his totally differently, and I actually still really appreciate his performance.
Yeah, I cannot imagine like a Jim Carrey Riddler in a movie that has made itself this dark.
Yeah, no.
I know very little, but I do like how they went like full serial killer.
They're not good movies, but there's such a huge part of me that appreciates the George Clooney and Val Kilmer Batmans because they were so fun and cartoony.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I watched them constantly. But we're not talking about those films.
No, we're talking about the real gritty Gotham.
Yes. Rose, can you give us a synopsis of the film? Like, just overall plot points. Like, roll through it. Also, major spoilers ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Brody, I think we're actually doing you a favor, from my opinion, but...
Yeah, I know nothing. You're just about to blow up the dam and flood me with spoilers.
Yes.
So, we meet Batman not in an origin, but 2 years in. So this
thank
is
God
Batman.
we don't...
He's 2 years into being Batman. Nobody really knows who he is aside from, like, major criminals and, like, some common criminals.
Okay.
And the movie even establishes that some of them even recognize the bat signal. So the bat signal has been used for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, like, probably not the full 2 years.
No, probably about, like, 6 months.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I will say, and I'm going to still let you take the lead on this, but the one thing that I do really like about this movie is the person they cast as Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that Commissioner Gordon and Batman's relationship is depicted early on is very, like, father-son. It's very fantastic.
Again, like, this is 2 years of trust building, right?
I have to ask.
It's the actor from Westworld.
Yeah, I know. I have to ask. Mm-hmm. Do we see his parents die?
No.
Good. We already
parents,
we know what happens.
His parents are referenced, actually, but not in... So, I'm going to skip ahead to this point. We all have this idea that the Waynes are like these golden people of Gotham who want to clean up the city.
Yeah.
And the Owl Society, if you know that, I'm not really going to go into it.
Oh, the Court of Owls is in this?
No.
Oh.
It's
alluded,
like heavily alluded.
I do love me the Court of Owls.
The Court of Owls. If you guys know what it is, I'm not going to go into it. Go look it up.
Just
look it up.
Yeah,
Illuminati. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like the Illuminati of Gotham. But the Court of Owls is really heavily alluded, and the Waynes are like, oh my gosh, shit's about to go hit the fan. I don't want, what was it, Tom Wayne? Bruce Wayne's
his dad?
What's his name?
I guess Tom or something.
Thomas
Wayne.
John
Wayne. It was John Wayne.
John Bruce Wayne.
He's like, hi there, pilgrims.
I'm
going to clean up Gotham.
His dad is like, oh shit, I don't want any of this to be released to the press. So he goes to an associate of his who's like deep within like the criminal or underworld.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, shit, help me out. So the guy goes and kills off the reporter. And it kind of shatters this perspective that we have had for years about the Wayne family. The Wayne family being like the golden children, the golden people. They're going to pave the way for a better, brighter future for Gotham.
But they had a tighter grip of control on the city than people really were able to handle.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you talking about, are you talking about Carmen Falcone that he went to?
So he went to Carmen
John
Falcone.
Turturro kills it.
I love him.
John Turturro is so good. We'll get to that later, but I just wanted to say.
Yeah. So he goes to Falcone. Falcone kills the dude, and it's kind of buried, like deep within everything.
Covered up real well.
And 20 years later, 2 years into being Batman, he's not well known. The police don't trust him, right? So the police barely know who he is as Batman.
Yeah.
They just know he's a vigilante of some sort, and that for whatever reason, this detective, Gordon, kind of trusts him. He has, like, a very strong, tentative trust with Gordon at the moment. It's not the very strong, like, gun-ho, like, Batman, I will support you in everything.
Right. He's just
Gordon,
like, this guy kind of gives me results, so I'm just going to...
No, this guy is helping me realize, because Gordon is also under the illusion of, oh, not everyone in the PD, like, Gotham PD is corrupt. Like, there is no... these guys are all clean. We're all trying to do our good jobs and help the citizens. He's very much, like, indoctrinated.
It reflects a lot of the themes from The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And
without having Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Batman is slowly unraveling those realizations, and Gordon is in the process of realizing half of his department is paid off, taking bribes, dirty, they're moles of some sort, they're heavily invested in the crime.
It's fucked.
Yeah, seriously. So he's just like, well, shit, I have to be really careful in who I trust. Mm-hmm. And because Batman is helping him realize all of this and bring it to light to him, he's like, okay, I have to trust you because you're the only one telling me the truth.
I think there's at one point, Commissioner Gordon looks at him and he's like, you're the only person I trust right now.
Yeah, like, seriously. And
again, their bond in this movie, I just love the way it's done.
It's so well done, especially for, like, considering 2 years of partnership, right?
Yeah, and considering you can't even see Bruce Wayne's face most of the time, and you can still pick up on...
I like how well they do...
the affection and the respect. But Robert Pattinson, and I'm not going to be biased here, but he's very expressive eyes.
He is. And
does.
it felt... Yeah. That's, like, some scenes where it's just him in the mask. All you see are, like, the expression, and you can tell his emotion just by looking at his eyes. It's like, so well done. So
he took himself to some headspaces here in this one.
Yeah.
I've read some stuff about his acting methods, especially on The Lighthouse, and
Is he, like, method or anything?
He's not method. He is... I want to say, like, extremely practical is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
If he needs to be drunk in a scene, he will, like, spin around 800 times and then do the scene. Like, he's practical.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If he needs to look like he's in pain, I think there's a scene in one movie he did where he, like wore thumbtacks in his shoes. He's extremely practical. And
shit, I guess if he gets results.
Honestly, like, I kind of respect it a lot more than method.
Yeah.
I really do. Cause
method is kind of a weird line sometimes.
Yeah.
It is.
Anyway, back to Batman.
Hopping back in, it's election time!
Oh boy.
For Gotham!
That no room for political corruption during an election year.
Yeah, so
never. It's never happened before.
There are
no
two
collusion.
Candidates. There's a candidate who has been elected and he's going for re-election, and then there's a new chick, Bella...
Riel. Probably Riel.
Okay. And Bella
lovely lady.
She's so wonderfully done. She's like, look, all of these things, and she's a very down, like, grounded individual, like, born and raised in Gotham.
Okay, so we like her.
She's like, oh, you love her, because she's very grassroots. Mm-hmm. And you can tell just by how she carries the character and everything, and, like, how she presents herself. And she's like, look, crime in Gotham has gotten worse over the years. Like,
I did think it was in really bad taste for her to go up to Bruce Wayne, though, at that kid's family's funeral and talk about his lack of philanthropic contributions.
Well, I'll get to that, though. So, it's election season.
I don't like her.
And she's like, okay, I want to go and start dealing with drug crime, specifically, is kind of like her big campaign. And the other guy is like, dude, we've had some major breakthroughs, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But not much has changed. And she even points it out. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nothing's changed on the streets. Enter the Riddler, who goes and kills the mayor.
Damn.
So he leaves a little note for the Batman. So
is it a riddle?
It is a riddle.
It's a riddle.
Can I just take a moment here to discuss what the riddles look like? Because it's a stark contrast from other depictions. They are very much still handmade looking, but they are very, like, 1950s, like, greeting card.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Maybe 1970s or 80s. 80s, actually. I'm going to say 80s.
I would say 60s.
Is it like a postcard?
No, they're little, like, greeting.
Is it like a murder scene?
It has to do with,
there's a little wish you were here kind of thing?
Actually, I would really like that. No, it's the art style.
The art style and everything is like
It looks like the sweaters your grandma wears, like, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah!
That's what they look like.
And
like in
all
puff paint art, but on a card.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Is there glitter on there?
There's
it's
not
glitter.
glitter. It's like
Sparkly.
like a teddy bear holding
they're happy-go-lucky, like really fluffy
balloon. Yeah.
All right, this guy knows a thing or two about interior design. I like him.
Yeah.
And
like he either made them or, like, you could tell they belonged to maybe his mother or somebody that passed away. Like,
yeah.
And then he edited them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he So you know that the Batman is relatively well known within, like, deeper underworld, because each of the cards, every time, like, he kills someone or leaves a clue, it's always to the Batman.
Right. He knows, like, he's going to find this.
He knows who he's trying to talk to, and he knows...
For all intents and purposes, in this universe, the Riddler gave him his name, is how I feel.
He did.
He did.
The Riddler named the Batman?
Do you want what does Batman call himself in this movie?
The Vengeance.
I was about to guess Vengeance.
Yeah, he does. Wait. No. And when he's taking out in the very beginning, you remember how I mentioned, like, common criminals kind of sort of know, what the bat signal is, right, and kind of fear. There's this overlay of Rob. He's talking and he goes, they fear me in the dark because they never know if I'm in the shadows. So there's a bunch of, like, common criminals who are just, like, doing a random crime, and they all stop when they see the bat signal and go, they start looking around into, like, the darkest corners of the area, looking for the Batman, to see if the Batman is around and is going to beat them to hell. And one of the most the guys are mugging this old dude in the subway, and that's the crime that Batman stops. And when one of the criminals goes, "Dude, who the fuck are you?" and he goes, "I am vengeance."
No, he goes, "I am vengeance."
Yeah, he does. "I am vengeance." I am Batman. And it's just like that's what he calls himself, is vengeance, not Batman. But all of the cards that the Riddler leaves says to Batman. And the clues that he leaves, we really get to see Bruce Wayne as, like, the best detective in Gotham. Because even though that's kind of what he is in the comics, right? He's not just a vigilante, he's really smart.
It's literally Detective Comics. I'm surprised they haven't gone with something a little more David Fincher in the past.
I mean, I'm not. Because everyone is on the whole, like, superhero, super strength, you're
and I get that, like, you want to scale it up and stuff, but that's not really what he's for.
No, at the same time, it's like they neglected this whole aspect of Batman being, like, this insane detective who can find a thumb drive.
The video games touch on it really well.
The video games, yeah.
It's really just the main movie series, because I feel like even the original animated show from the 90s has more detective feel to it.
I gotta say, like, the 90s animated Batman show was always, like, in my heart, like, the base depiction.
The best Bruce Wayne? Yeah.
The best Bruce Wayne, and just...
Yeah, I agree.
I like Bruce Wayne in Arkham Knights, though. The video game? That one was a good one.
Yeah, that's just, like, my base
but I still kind of imprint my own personality onto it. Brody did mention David Fincher just a second ago, and I've got to say, this movie has major Seven vibes.
Yeah?
In terms of how the city is built and how it looks. And
it's grittier, it's like the gritty reality of living in Gotham before Commissioner Gordon takes over, before Batman is heavily established.
Everything's gone to shit.
Yes.
But it's grittier than Nolan, because that was... Nolan's whole thing is
Nolan's
to
all
make a realistic,
scale.
dark Batman. This Batman is a noir.
Yeah,
it's a noir film. It's ultimately a movie about a detective.
Yeah, he's not well established, so he's not an absolute
No one's really scared of the Batman.
No, they are. Common criminals.
Common criminals are, but, like, he's not a household name yet.
Really, the ultimate thing is Batman is not a symbol of hope.
Yeah,
he is literally just a symbol of fear for those who need to fear him.
And vengeance?
And vengeance, obviously.
Yeah. But
nice.
then
I want to touch again on Gotham, because Brody, there's this one shot early on, and I knew you were going to love it. And whenever you do get a chance to see this movie, you're going to absolutely love it. It's a sprawling shot on what would that is clearly influenced by Times Square.
Duh.
Oh yes,
and it is fucking perfect. It is literally, I will say, I have a lot of qualms with this movie, but the way they depicted Gotham is kind of how I've always imagined Gotham would be.
It's more on the ground. It's more realistic.
No, so Blade Runner had sex with Seven, and then Christopher Nolan was watching in the corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Finally, you're fucking speaking my language.
Yeah. I knew I could get to you. And it's only Blade Runner, like a Blade Runner noir.
Yeah. Ooh, yes.
Yes. So that's exactly the vibes of this movie.
Love
and
it.
it's,
Red filters and red filters. It's so
lots
good.
of red filters. One of the things I will say is so like Batman, he goes through, finds a bunch of like clues and everything. He eventually finds the Riddler, but through that we not only get to meet Bella, Commissioner Gordon, Falcone, we also get to see Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And Penguin isn't like this ultimate crime lord yet. And I know the TV show Gotham kind of does really well in showing Penguin's rise to power.
Yeah, the come up.
That, if you want like a really good reference for how Penguin grew and became as powerful as he is, Gotham.
Yeah, it shows the come up.
It shows him rising to power. But for everyone else though, we also get to meet Catwoman.
I do like Catwoman.
Selena Kyle is in this
Kyle's.
movie, much to my disdain. And let me tell you why, actually.
Oh, yeah?
But Anika.
Yeah, I know. We've got a good fun joke with that. But I can't remember if I said this earlier, but I'm just going to hop in on, at this point, we'll segue into characters, but I'm going to tell you guys why I did not like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, like I said it earlier, too fucking long for what the plot is. It really is. Selena Kyle's character, other than her connection to a mob bar and a love story which is not really central or transformative for Bruce Wayne as a character, makes no fucking sense.
In your opinion, could they have just cut Catwoman out? And
I don't think Selena Kyle needed to be in this movie at all.
Damn.
I think they needed a connection, somebody to help him connect. So I think Anika would have been a good character. Anika is this Russian chick who is Selena Kyle's friend.
He could have just found out about her and followed her around. And it didn't even need to be a woman. There are literally a million different ways that you could have written a way for him to invade that club. A million.
I mean, no, Bruce Wayne, not as Batman, but as Bruce Wayne, goes to the club to talk to Falcone, and he talks to fucking Penguin.
He could have gone in whenever he wanted.
Yeah, he goes in as Batman to talk to the fucking Penguin. That's all he really needed.
It's literally just another case of let me help the damsel in distress. And not that Selena's an overt damsel, but it literally is I need to help my friend, you need to help me. It's I'm literally protecting the entire city. Whatever.
Yeah.
And you could make it a sex thing, and I know he's a man, sure, but that's not actually
not what
explored, and that would be interesting. It's very surface level.
Mm-hmm.
They should have cut it out. It would have put the movie to a decent runtime.
If they kept it just between Batman, the Penguin, and Gordon, I would have been completely fine with that.
Yeah,
but
and Riddler. That's it. That's all you need.
I honestly do like the inclusion of Catwoman, though, because this is a different Catwoman than we've seen.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz was amazing. Give her own Catwoman movie.
Yeah,
yes.
There we go. Do a Halle Berry remake with Zoe Kravitz, because she was amazing as Catwoman. I'm not saying she wasn't good.
Oh yeah, no, she was a really good Catwoman.
It just makes sense for the plot. It doesn't add or detract anything other than oh my god, Zoe Kravitz is a gorgeous badass.
Yeah.
That would be
a good.
That would actually be a good origin movie, within
just
the Batman,
a Catwoman?
Just a Catwoman origin, because in the way she portrays Catwoman, it's more she was heavily influenced by the mafia, the underworld. She didn't just.
Well, she's not just influenced by the mafia. She's
grew
Carmen
up,
Falcone's bastard child.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a twist.
Yeah,
man.
It's a twist that all right, small potatoes, no one fucking cares.
Are they still connected? You said that
she kills him in the end of the movie. He's dead.
Good.
No, she doesn't.
Good for her.
Riddler. But because the Riddler sniped him. The Riddler said, "Bring the rat to the light."
Literally, that plot point only existed for Batman and Catwoman not to trust each other mildly for a little bit, and then it's gone.
It's a friendship out of necessity that turns into a quick romance.
And that they kissed a couple times. It didn't need to be in there at all.
No.
Bat kiss.
And I'm going to follow this up with Michelle Pfeiffer, best Catwoman ever.
Yeah, that we've seen so far.
So far, I agree.
Yeah.
And then, secondly, I thought Anne Hathaway was wonderful.
Yeah. To give some perspective, like you said, Anne Hathaway, and I had to take a second to remind myself that she played Catwoman, though.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yes. I forgot that Anne Hathaway.
Look, I like the way they wrote her character. She was like strictly Dickly, just a cat burglar. She was breaking into Bruce Wayne's house and stole his mom's necklace. It's an amazing meet cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. And there's nothing he can do about it because he's injured.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a great meet cute. It's so much better written and has a little bit of fun and clever.
Gets the necklace back.
Well, yeah, they end up running off into the sunset together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gets the necklace back. You know, it's a little bit better.
So I want to know more about the villains. What's Riddler's deal?
Okay, so Riddler... One thing that is another big plot point in the movie is the idea of urban renewal. It's gentrification. It fucks everyone up.
Okay.
It's always gentrification.
But
done well.
How is it done well in the Batman?
Well, no.
Oh, of course.
No. In the context of the Batman, it is gentrification. In practice and in reality, it's just a code for gentrification, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
But you know what? Gotham really could use some urban renewal.
Yeah, it really could.
Yeah.
So this guy, the Riddler, grows up in a time where everyone keeps using urban renewal, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, to the point where he's like, you know what? All these politicians are so fucking corrupt. I'm going to start showing the entire city who these guys really are.
Doesn't sound like a bad, evil thing quite yet.
But the way he does it.
Okay.
It's always the way.
The way.
Before we delve too much into the atrocities he actually committed, can we talk about how great the costume design was for him?
The costume design was amazing, and it's a massive leap from his fucking question mark suit.
It's really good.
I don't think you could have pulled off the full suit and cane.
The bright green.
But yeah, he could. He can do anything. He literally has a duct tape mask on with glasses. Yes. And it looks like army surplus clothing you would buy.
This looks very like Leatherface style killer.
You said grassroots again and grassroots villain.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's very much really a grassroots villain. Because he grew up with urban renewal being gentrification.
Well, he also is outwardly supported by legions of online fans.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, he's a streamer?
He's a streamer on the black web, yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, he has a whole community.
I said army surplus clothing, right? Did I not?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a whole community because when he's in jail, he actually gets put into Arkham Asylum.
Intentionally.
He's like, guys, FYI, by the time y'all see this video, I'm going to be in Arkham. But you guys need to finish my mission.
BT Dubs going to jail.
Seriously, that's
I'll be safe there for my plan. And the plan is just so lackluster and such a flop.
The plan is to kill a bunch of corrupt officials, show the entirety of Gotham how corrupt their officials is, and then flood the city.
Flood the city?
Flood the city.
Okay.
Literally by parking 7 vans next to what the storm partitions or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the seawall.
The seawalls.
I like step 1 and 2. Step 3 seems a little more jokery.
It's fucking dumb. It's fucking stupid.
The point of that, though, was bombing the seawalls is to make everybody go into this, massive sports arena where they're holding a whole bunch of, oh, hey, Bella got elected party, basically. A whole bunch of, high important elected officials and a lot of
blow it up.
No, it wasn't to blow it up. It was to literally have his online followers go to that location, hang around there so they can go and just
No, I said they should have blown it up.
Mm-hmm.
No, they start shooting everyone. They're in the rafters, and they just start shooting people.
All the important
they aren't shooting
rich
for that.
people?
They're not shooting for that long before Batman gets to them. No one really dies from bullets.
No.
And actually, not that many people die from the water either. I have to say, visually and cinematically, it did not land at all.
No.
The third act is such a flop.
No, because cinematically, his whole interaction with the Riddler, the final interaction that he has with the Riddler, is fucking phenomenal.
I think it's okay. I think it's literally just okay.
Okay?
The Riddler became so unthreatening after like, in my final plan, and we are safe here in Arkham because we're high up. I'm gonna flood the city.
Yeah,
it's just like
at that point, he should have put the green suit back on.
Yeah, exactly. Really. No, exactly. Look, they were thinking in this writing room. I guarantee you. What can we do that they haven't done in Batman? Like, we're gonna flood the fucking shit out of everything.
No, because
no one's done that.
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. No, you're right. They haven't.
They have not.
They tried blowing it up.
They've tried blowing it up.
Now, if
they've tried evaporating all the water.
If they did a flood with a Mr. Freeze character, that could be compelling.
That kind of makes sense.
That kind of makes sense. Or even if the Penguin was more established, do the flooding. I don't understand
this.
Maybe someone who's like
the Penguin.
I was about to say Joker is just too murder
Joker
happy.
and the Penguin care too much about being in charge of Gotham to like really flood it. They're okay with bombing it. They're okay with blowing it up because they're so like high up in power in like the criminal chain that they just don't give a damn. But they wouldn't like destroy the entire city.
I don't think the Joker's motivated by power. It's chaos.
It's just chaos.
Yeah, it's just
so
chaos.
Why not blow up a dam?
But he's
God
still...
damn.
No, but the Joker
that
is
damn
still...
plan.
He still cares enough about having a city to cause chaos in that he wouldn't try to destroy the entire city.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. No, not at all. Well, the Joker, first and foremost, just enjoys fucking with Batman the most.
Yeah.
True.
So, I don't think the Joker needs to be redone anytime soon.
Well, that's another question.
Because it's already been done really well, and I can't, unless it's an entirely fresh
which
take.
Version? No, wait, which version of the Joker?
Not Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger.
I have a Joker question.
Yes,
Is this in continuity with the movie Joker?
I don't know.
Oh, it absolutely could be.
It could be.
Oh, it totally could be.
Theoretically, it could be.
If they wanted to, they could,
yes.
and they wanted to pay someone to do it correctly, they absolutely could. And I would actually be a fan of that. The only kind of way it could be.
No, because they could all be in Arkham.
No, I just meant about the Wayne's backstory with the affairs and stuff. They would actually interweave quite well.
Oh, you mean like going through the Court of Owls and using that route?
No, I just mean with like Bruce Wayne's father being kind of like a cheating piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean that route kind of leads to the Court of Owls, though.
I don't know.
Who else is alluded to as far as villains? Did they set anything else up?
They set... I think it's Two-Face, but
I don't. I think it's gonna either... I honestly, like, even though I just said I don't think they should do Joker, I think it's either gonna be Joker or Scarecrow because of the laughter.
So, in the very
Two-Face does not act
he's
like
not
that.
He's not a laughing guy.
At the very
He'd flip a coin before he decided how he felt.
Yeah.
So, there is a scene in Arkham Asylum where... we see Riddler for one last time, and he's like sobbing. He's really upset that his plan, quote unquote,
my
failed.
dam didn't blow up.
Well, no, the dam did blow up, but he didn't kill Bella because he wanted to kill Bella. Oh, we didn't talk about Alfred.
He's pretty good.
Alfred is really well done. But anyways, the Riddler, we see him one last time. He's really upset that he didn't get to kill the last two or three people.
Actually, really quickly, we've talked about every single character on here, and actually, we never once mentioned. Colin Farrell is the out fucking did himself in this movie.
As who?
Penguin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we mentioned Penguin.
We did, and I had to backtrack really quick before we moved forward, just because his performance is out fucking rageous.
Can we actually just take it back to what you were saying first, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can. So the final scene, he's really upset. He didn't get to kill the final people that he wanted to. Mm-hmm. And he's like throwing himself around the cell, and we hear a mysterious voice. Hey, don't cry, don't be upset. And the guy actually gives the Riddler a riddle.
It's the same ending as Shazam.
And he goes, hey, Why
would you say it like that?
That's what it is.
Basically...
It is. That's what it is.
Look it up if you really want to know, but basically it's like, if you have less of these, it's more valuable. And the Riddler goes, a friend. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm your friend. And he starts laughing. But the only thing we see is half of his face. And it's really scarred up. And it looks like highly...
It looks wrinkly and pink. He looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I think Freddy Krueger. But we only see half of his face.
Only half the face. And the laughter is extremely Joker-esque. And it's done well. Really,
but it's not Joker, though.
But it's not Joker, and it's not Two-Face?
I thought when I saw that scene...
Did Two-Face ever go to Arkham?
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes to Arkham. Joker.
That
Two-Face,
sounds very Two-Face.
Riddler. They're like the big. They're some of like the big guys who goes to Arkham. There is a prison in Gotham that's like on an island in Gotham Bay. That's where Penguin goes typically. He doesn't really go to Arkham because he's not like
Arkham's for like big league guys.
Arkham is for the insane. It's an insane asylum.
Yeah.
And so, like I said,
the Penguin's
Riddler,
not insane. He just eats fishes.
No, the Penguin is just like a criminal, like crime lord.
Depending on who you ask.
I was just gonna say, it depends on how he's depicted as well, because he's very monstrous in the Tim Burton movies.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, you see him, and he's in Arkham, and you only see half his face, and because of how like wrinkly and just scarred
Fred Krueger
and deformed that side of his face is.
Yeah.
My first thought was Two-Face.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think everyone's gonna think too. Yeah.
Jess brought up Scarecrow though, and if they go with Scarecrow, I really would love that because it's a villain that I don't really know much about and would love to see.
Yeah, Scarecrow is a dope villain, but everything about the way you describe this character's design just screams Two-Face.
But I also think that the best thing that this series could do is, first and foremost, get a new editor, and then secondly, they need to not cover the same villains from past franchises.
So who would they cover next?
Scarecrow hasn't really been.
He was only in the first Christopher Nolan movie.
I would be okay with him coming back.
And you could do a lot with redoing that. Mm-hmm. I just I'm against doing the Joker. I think Mr. Freeze would be cool because it's only been done once.
Mr. Freeze would be cool, but I don't know a way to ground the character.
If you
I think he's pretty grounded, but physically in making it mentally horrifying.
But like
I have actually
a
few ideas.
In this version of Batman, though, this grittier version, you really think that
Mr. Freeze cannot be grassroots.
No.
I just love the idea of a mentally insane doctor.
Well, I mean,
that's half of them.
That's Harley Quinn, though.
Yeah, hunting Batman.
Okay.
What about Poison Ivy?
Ooh.
Yes.
Because we don't really get to see Poison Ivy.
And Uma Thurman should still play her.
Bring her back.
Bring her back. She could still do it.
Poison Ivy is another one. Who else?
Emma Shark. Emma Stone could be Poison Ivy.
Ooh, I'd do that.
That would work so well.
King Shark.
Oh yeah, King Shark.
Is he a shark man?
That would be silly.
He's like half shark.
From Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yep.
How in the fuck would that work in this universe? I'm actually really here for it, but
Organic.
how the fuck would that work?
Constantine. Yo.
Yeah! Keanu Reeves!
Yeah! Bring Keanu Reeves back for John Constantine, please.
Oh my god, please put Keanu Reeves in a Batman movie.
Oh my god, Shia LaBeouf.
Keanu would be such a good Batman.
Yeah. Wow, they missed that one.
How did this ship sail?
Yo, hold on. Shia LaBeouf in this version of Batman.
Shia LaBeouf would actually...
Shia LaBeouf would be great.
Shia LaBeouf as Riddler would have actually been...
Would have been so fucking great.
Damn.
Shia LaBeouf can kind of do anything he wants, but he typically has been sticking to very masculine roles, and I don't think the Riddler...
Oh, then Shia LaBeouf as Mr. Freeze then.
Ooh.
That would work.
I want Willem Dafoe as Mr. Freeze.
Ooh.
Yeah!
Wait.
Yeah!
So...
like, he's a cryogenic scientist or something. Like, you don't have to make him fucking blue, but he's got, like,
come on, the blue skin! But it's the classic blue skin. Come on.
The blue skin, the helmet.
The blue skin only worked, and it didn't for a lot of people. but for me, it really worked because it's Arnold. And like Arnold is like probably the only guy you can paint blue, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah.
This works.
Good for you, sir.
Can we talk about So I do want to backtrack a little bit. I mentioned Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
And I fucking love how Alfred is portrayed because Alfred is supposed to be this very well-established military man, and you kind of get more of a sense of his...
Is he really?
Yeah.
He served in the British military.
Bro, Alfred will kick your ass.
Alfred is the only one who will stand up to any fucking villain.
Not towards the end of the movie, he won't. He'll have to get up out of bed for that.
What happened to Alfred?
Alfred blew up.
He's fine.
Alfred blew up?
Yeah.
They blew up Alfred?
Yeah.
The butler?
Yeah. The Riddler fucking blew up. So the Riddler was upset that he didn't get all of his targets.
Right.
One of his targets was Bruce Wayne because of his dad.
Oh, but they sent the butler instead.
No, they sent a package to Bruce Wayne. And the Riddler is like, for Bruce Wayne only. Mm-hmm. And then Alfred opens the fucking mail.
But he like the camera lingers a little bit. And it's kind of like, he's like, I shouldn't, but it'll never get opened if I don't. Yeah, if I don't. Can I just take a moment to talk about like how good Robert Pattinson looks with like black makeup smeared across his face? I think Furiosa from Mad Max.
Yeah. It's just like smeared all over his eyes.
Nice.
And it's underneath his fucking mask. And it gets like, one of the scenes, he takes it off and it's just like dripping down his face. So it looks like it just has like...
It's great.
Trails of black.
I'm sure the inside of that mask must stink.
I bet it smells amazing.
Oh my god, that
smells like Robert Pattinson.
It smells like vengeance.
Smells like vengeance.
Yeah. It smells like justice.
That's a good segue of like the main man of this movie. Rob! How did Rob do? I know a lot of people were skeptical about Robert Pattinson being Batman. They want more tough guy roles, and I don't know. What do you think?
Jess?
Despite me not overall enjoying this movie, it's not because of the acting. I think Robert Pattinson handled a young, unexperienced, and still broodingly depressed.
He's always going to be depressed.
Robert Pattinson's always going to look brooding no matter
Forever
what.
sad.
Batman, yeah. I thought it was a great take, especially for a Batman that is being portrayed as more deductive, more intelligent, more constantly dissecting themselves and what's going on around them. Mm-hmm. And just a very different experience from other Batmen that we've seen.
A lot of other Batmen have been people who solved their problems with punching.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or that... they don't even really have that many problems like that in their real life. Right. Everything's pretty good except for what happened in my past.
Mm. I actually really like the portrayal of like just the grittiness of it. He did really well, and I do like. So in the past, we've seen Batman as this buff character, like super buff character.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have many scars, but there are a couple of scenes where we see like the scars on his back. Mm-hmm. He's got some toned muscles, but he's not overly muscular. So it shows that he's strong, but not just like brute force strong. We're ripped. Actually seeing him like...
His biggest muscle is his brain.
Yeah, he's like his quantitative and qualitative mental capabilities, I guess. I'm not quite sure where I was going with that. But like his ability to analyze, assess, and find solutions like right off the bat. Rob overall did very well. I liked it.
All right. We like Rob.
We like Rob in this role.
All the acting was good. All the acting was good. I really just don't think the script or the plot were that strong.
Or the editing,
editing, yeah. Like, it literally has nothing to do with the quality. I have to say, though, my affinity with Robert Pattinson started, I think, in my late teens, early 20s.
What else did Robert Pattinson do, though?
He's done
a lot of stuff.
He was Cedric Diggory. I know that. That's like the first
time.
That's the first time I
don't know why I'm drawing a blank, because he's also played Salvador Dali in Little Ashes. Mm-hmm. There's also this British comedy that he was in that I like called How to Be. That's really funny. It's about a therapist that goes to live with his patient. It's
talked a little bit about The Lighthouse too.
Quirky. The Lighthouse.
Water for Elephants.
Water for Elephants. High Life is really good.
Haven't seen Water for Elephants.
You don't need to watch it.
You don't need to watch. No one needs to watch it. Actually, if it's on HBO and you're going to bed, that's probably the best time to do it.
No, there's one franchise that he did that I absolutely did not like.
It's gonna be Twilight.
Yeah.
Yep. It's Twilight.
I didn't like Twilight.
I love Twilight.
It just became such a hit.
I read all the books though.
I've been told the books are so much better than the movies.
I mean, are they? I don't know.
I haven't read them.
I have. I think 3 or 4 times all the way through.
Yeah?
In my defense, it feels like when I sit down and watch reality television, but at least I'm reading.
Did you see that there is a new Twilight book written from
Edward's perspective? Yeah. I have it actually on audiobook.
Nice!
I could not listen to...
Is it any better?
I don't know. I couldn't. It's the same fucking story. I don't know what I was expecting. I was 10 minutes in and it was the guy, not Robert Pattinson, talking like Edward. I was like,
oh no,
this doesn't feel right. I just can't commit to this right now. And once again, it's the same story, and it's just I just don't think Stephenie Meyer is the best person to write a man's inner thoughts at all. And kind of not a woman's either. Yeah.
Brody and I were talking about it the other day when I took a film studies class.
Oh,
Did you guys watch Twilight?
Yes.
We actually watched Twilight for fandom because we were talking about different themes.
It wasn't
and niches.
specifically such a good movie that all the students had to learn from it. Yeah,
but it was more for the fandom interaction, right? Because then you see a massive shift in this division of
50 Shades of Grey is a wonderful example of this because that started off as Twilight fan fiction and
it
became another really popular
book
series.
If you didn't know that,
now you do.
It started off as Twilight fan fiction.
Now you're welcome.
This chick, the original author, just changed up the names in some of the scenarios.
She used a man's name too.
Yeah, she published it, and then there you go, 50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, this is the movie we studied for fandom. And the division that certain aspects like Team Edward or Team...
You were talking specifically...
Oh, I mean, it's just genius, though. That's why they even put 2 snack machines next to each other, because you're more likely to go buy something because you have the illusion of so much choice.
Yeah.
It's literally just basic human psychology. They are just gearing at it.
It's the same thing as buying... a Lakers jersey versus
here's what it really is. You know when Pokemon Go first started?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone had to pick a team and nobody knew what it meant. Nobody knew the perks. They didn't really have any established. And it was just fuck you, Team Valor.
But if you were on yellow team, fuck you.
Exactly.
I'm on the yellow team.
Fuck you.
You must never get into gems because no one is on the yellow team.
Jess, were you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh, Edward all the way.
All right, explain that to me. Why do people side with either of them?
It's literally just basically what you find attractive in a man. What do you value more?
Creepy stalker who watches you through your window at night, or do you want a total himbo who's going to be there?
He drives you to school every day in his Volvo.
I'll take the himbo.
Yeah, and who's healthily supportive of you and your choices.
One himbo, please.
He's not. They're both controlling.
But at least he's not stalking her. I'm not on either team.
He kind of is, though. They both kind of stalk her.
But, not...
And he imprints on her daughter later on.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's a whole other can of worms.
Does he?
Yeah, he imprints on Renesmee. It's super creepy.
That's the one thing I know that he immediately falls in love with the baby. And it's hey.
Yeah, it was never even meant to be in the
Call
long
me when
run.
you're 18.
But if we're talking about the central movie, it really just boiled down to, who do you like better?
All right.
As it develops on further, you could maybe have good or bad reasons to not like either of them.
How did Robert Pattinson do as the creepy teenage vampire or hoo-ha?
As a young woman, I thought it was amazing. It's kind of cringy now sometimes, but he's incredibly handsome. He's not going to look that dumb doing whatever they made him do.
Both actors played the roles relatively well.
All right.
I've only seen the first 2 films because my friends were high and crazy on Twilight and dragged me on outings. They're we bought you your ticket, throw me in the car, drive me to the theater, and that's where I ended up for a few hours.
You know what my main reason why I haven't seen these movies is? I've seen this more in the first movie, but the color correction or the tone of just
the
blue tone being super cold and gray and desaturated.
Only in the
it looks
first
so
movie.
ugly though.
I like it. I think Catherine Hardwicke's Twilight is the best.
I agree that it sets the mood and that is in fact what Seattle looks like. But,
they're in Forks, but yeah.
But it's ugly.
Forks.
It's a bed and breakfast spot now. You can sleep in Bella's bed and pretend Edward is staring at you from out the window. Yeah, you can do that.
There's definitely people who role play that.
Of course. Of course.
Why else would they be making money?
Can we go back to the fact it's a bed and breakfast?
It's an Airbnb.
What? Lord.
Of course it is.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were we talking about before? Well, you guys have to answer Team Edward or Team Jacob.
Do I have to?
Why am I the only one that
neither?
has to answer Team Edward or Team Jacob? What did you say?
What did you say?
I'm Jacob.
Oh, you're Jacob.
Why?
Himbo. Abs. Delicious man.
Yeah, but he turns into a dog.
Yeah, I like dogs.
And imprints on children.
Oh, what was Edward's brother's name? He's
got two.
Steve.
Jasper and Emmett.
Jasper.
Not Steve?
Not Steve.
Jasper.
Jasper was a Confederate war soldier.
Well.
Good choice.
I'm just sitting here like, shit, I don't remember. I just picked him off his name. Fuck.
I've watched and read so much Twilight.
Jasper has some red flags. Some literal red flags.
Literal and
who was
figurative.
his other brother?
Emmett.
Emmett.
He carries around bags of eggs. You can't trust a guy that does that. There's literally a scene in the first Twilight
Eggs
movie.
or guy who's willing to die for racism?
Eggs all day. But really, there's a scene in the first Twilight movie because they bring food to lunch to pretend to eat.
Yes. Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Yeah, and Emmett just walks in with like a gigantic bag of eggs.
Yes. Here are my human eggs for my human lunch.
It's just like it's hilarious. Actually, I'm in a Twilight group on Facebook, and some girls have gotten tattoos of bags of eggs. I think it's wonderful.
That's so obscure.
Exactly.
Look, if I had to pick, I'd pick neither and probably go for one of the brothers.
You know who I like more as I age? Charlie.
Who's Charlie?
The dad.
He was like oddly supportive though.
Because I thought he was kind of like a pussy, but
he really was. No, he was.
He was a fucking pushover.
He really was, but he was
Get
like
it together.
oddly supportive. Because when Bella is just like, I'm going back to live with my mom and blah blah blah, I can't stand it here, and he goes, okay, honey, if you really want to leave and move back with your mom, you can do that.
Well, yeah, because like they've done it before once already. He's used to it at this point.
Yeah, she hadn't visited him in years. Like, do you remember in the first movie she comes home and her bedroom is still decorated as it was when she was a child visiting him?
Yeah, it must be nice he kept it. From my experience, it gets turned into something else pretty quickly.
He puts a Peloton in there.
Yeah, there's a Peloton in there, TV. You can sleep on the mattress, but they're irritated you're in there when they're working out. Like,
Doesn't she move in with Edward's family at one point?
Yeah, like in the fourth book.
Yeah, she moves in with them because she just doesn't want to live with her dad.
Because she's pregnant with their child.
Yeah, and he can't find out that she's a vampire yet.
Oh, yeah, because she has to get turned into a vampire.
She has to be turned into a vampire.
So she's human with a vampire baby in her?
Yes.
It's a mix. It's a mixed.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hybrid who's slowly killing her, which is why. So Edward is like, I will turn you.
Brody's face right now is
No.
Yeah,
they
that
made
baby's eating her from the inside out.
Look, I'm just saying, pregnancy is a scary concept to me. As
It's horrifying.
It's horrifying. It's so bad.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, like a lot of people pull it off. Rihanna posted like her belly, and everyone's loving it. But like regularly,
Yeah, so like
it's
really beautiful people with like genetically awesome bodies, they're gonna pull it off real good. You know, the rest of us,
No.
pregnancy's fucking terrible. It's probably terrible for them too.
Yeah.
They just look good.
No, but she can't. She like has to hide the fact that she's slowly dying from this child from her dad. So she moves out in with the Cullens, and the Cullens won't turn her. And like Edward's like, if you really want to be a vampire and live with me, you're going to have to give up everything and like leave your dad, leave your mom, leave everything and everyone you know behind. And I won't turn you.
At 19, or 18 or 19, she makes this decision.
Yeah.
It's like super rational.
Yeah,
you know?
that's pretty fucked up.
And he's like,
I would have done it too. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't have.
And he even tells her, like, you're too young to make this decision, so I'm not going to turn you until you're older. Until, like, you hit this, what was it, her, like, 21st birthday or something?
I think it was 18th.
18th birthday. And he's like, not until, you know, this birthday passes and you've had, like, a year to think about it. Because we don't have to move for, like, 3 years or whatever. So she gets pregnant and he's like, shit, you're barely 18, so I guess I have to turn you now.
She gets turned because she starts dying during childbirth.
Yes.
Okay, so that's like the only way to save her.
Yeah. They have to
Alright.
turn her. And it almost doesn't happen. But they've, like, filled syringes with Edward's blood and they directly shot them into her heart. It would have been cool if they showed all that. Yeah.
Why not bite? Why not a
He
bite?
was biting her too, but they wanted to make sure they got enough poison into her directly so that the change would happen faster.
Oh, so they needed to, like, super vamp her up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Think of like an adrenaline shot.
But I think, okay, but if they only did the bite, it still would have been, like, dramatic.
Yes.
They didn't need to be, like, super medical about it. They just could have gone, like, super ritualistic.
Oh, yeah,
with it.
sure. In the movie.
It's the supernatural. They can do whatever they want.
I don't think they showed that in the movie. I'm just saying in the book, like, Edward takes his blood and just injects her fucking heart with it.
Sick.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
It's
The
love.
whole concept of it is weird. This is a group of vampires that exist amongst humans because they feed off animal blood instead of human blood.
It just kind of, like, makes me think about, like, it's another vampire thing, what we do in the shadows.
Oh my god.
Just like any time where
It's a better vampire thing.
Oh my god! Just like any time they drink, they go to bars and drink drunk people's blood, and then they get fucking like lit.
Whatever they're on it.
Yeah.
And in that particular episode, it escalates a lot.
Oh yeah. They
what-
go on a fucking. They have a night.
What a fantastic concept.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, Brody. Well, you think you know enough about Twilight now?
I think I'm an expert now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can answer any question you throw at me.
You sure about that?
No, but let's do it anyways.
Can we talk about the board game we were going to play, but we decided not to?
It
Yeah.
was too complex. We said fuck it.
Jess had a board game for which of the movies again?
New Moon!
I've got a Twilight New Moon board game.
Movie board game.
Yeah.
And we opened it up. We looked at the rules and thought,
Hell no.
fuck this. But there are cards that have trivia questions on there. So we decided to just like remove the board game element and just hit me with it.
Jess, you want to ask the first question?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll all rotate around.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Also, I want to just point out that these challenge cards have two sections.
All right.
The top part is like a written challenge we can do together and vote on, which we can decide in a minute after I read one question if that's something we'd be interested in doing.
Okay.
And then below, we have the actual trivia question about the movie.
All right.
I would have loved this shit at 19.
Damn. We should have met sooner.
I know. How you guys would have... No, let's not talk about that right now. Like, I don't want to reveal my age. Okay, according to Jacob, who do the werewolves continually chase toward the Canadian border? Do you guys want context if you need it?
No, don't need context at all.
Oh, yeah?
Who do the werewolves chase to the border?
To the Canadian border.
To the Canadian border. Are they Mounties?
No.
I'm not going to answer the question yet. Rose?
Oh, God. It was, oh, shit. It was that rogue vampire. What was his fucking name?
Can I ask if it's another supernatural being other than werewolf or vampire?
Yes.
Was it?
Yep.
Gremlins.
No.
Goblins.
No.
Ghouls.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Who was it?
It is Victoria, the evil red-headed vampire from the first two movies.
Oh.
You're just like back to
And
Canada
third,
with
maybe?
you.
Yeah.
And
They
third.
recast her in the second movie. I think it was Bryce Dallas Howard, and then they changed her.
Why do they want her in Canada?
They just chased her that way. Oh, because she was after Bella. Everyone's always after Bella.
Of course.
Yeah, Bella's,
It's all about
it's
Bella.
all about Bella. Everyone's always after her. She's really special and important.
It's like you can't be in the
Just
same.
like the reader of the book.
You can't be in the same country as her. You got to go to Canada.
Yeah, you gotta go to Canada. Yeah, that's it. Who wants to read the next one?
I will. What can Jacob smell that Bella cannot?
You said Jacob.
Jacob.
If you said Edward, I would have definitely said blood. But
I think Jacob can smell blood.
I mean, he has a
can.
dog. He can smell anything.
Yeah.
But what can Bella not smell?
Yes.
Fear, justice, vengeance.
Come on, buddy.
I'm gonna go with fear.
A vampire.
Ah, that makes sense.
All right.
Makes too much sense.
All right, I got one. You want to just read the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't feel like writing anything down right now.
Yeah. Who in Charlie's hunting party destroys the wolf tracks?
Charlie?
Yeah.
Sam.
Jacob.
It was a guy named Harry Clearwater.
Oh shit, that's Sam's dad.
Harry Clearwater sounds like a retirement home.
It sounds like a lot of things.
Oh, here's one. Why shouldn't Bella worry about the werewolves attacking the Cullens?
Because the werewolves are pussies and the Cullens can take them any day.
Because of the treaty they have.
Yes.
There's
There's a treaty between the Cullens and the Cullens?
I forgot how to pronounce it.
The werewolf pack.
The werewolves, yeah.
They're a Native American tribe. Okay. I think we're only going to do a couple more of these because these are very specific.
Yeah,
I will
really.
say these are less fun facts.
They're not fun. That's literally like just...
These are not fun facts.
They're not fun facts at all.
It's like asking how many staircases are in Hogwarts.
Yeah, really.
Nobody cares.
Some people probably.
Some people, yeah.
Yeah.
All the Potterheads out there.
I know more about Potter than you.
It's like, yeah, probably.
I know the number of staircases in Hogwarts. Okay, good for you.
I know what the goblins are based off of. It's not a fun fact.
The goblins?
Jews. The guys who run the bank.
Ah.
And are always conspiring.
Yep. Because of, yep. I see that.
Mm-hmm. I got one that I think is another not fun fact.
Yeah, let's hear it. These suck.
Who answers the phone when Edward calls for Charlie?
Bella's dad?
Jacob.
It was Jacob.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It sucks.
It's terrible. But it is a very catalytic moment in New Moon. It's actually probably one of the more important moments. So Jacob picks up the phone. Bella's at a funeral. That's all Edward hears. So his next goal is he's going to go kill himself by meeting the sun in front of everyone in Italy where the Volturi are. Meeting the sun in Twilight is really stupid, though, because you just glitter.
Wait, he doesn't actually, like, burn or
No,
their skin gets really shiny and pretty.
No, they like, shine and glitter. Apparently...
Does that eventually kill them?
No. It shows...
What was the fucking point?
It was like, hey,
they're supposed to be seductive
ball.
And attractive. They're the ultimate killer.
Yeah, I'm a disco ball. Look at me. I'm not human.
He never mentions being upset about it like that, but it is super stupid. But I like that at least you're able to take your vampires out during the day.
All right. You got a good one there?
No, it's really shitty.
Yeah, they're all shitty. Let's go.
What decoration fills the room for Bella's birthday party?
Candles.
Anything else?
Glitter. Absolute glitter. Nothing but glitter.
Candles and rose-filled glass bowls.
I don't remember the bowls, but I just remember seeing that scene and being like, that's like way too many fucking candles.
That's such a lame... That's a lame way to throw a birthday party. Get some streamers up in there. Get a piñata. It's
like a little too romantic for a family birthday, right?
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
It's like they're all trying to fuck her or something.
You know what? In one way or another, they're trying to get something out of her.
You know, actually, when you mention that, it makes a lot of sense with, like, there's some overbearing families that are just like, so when you gonna pork and make grandbabies or something?
No, yeah, all the time. Come give me some sugar as I hug you inappropriately. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit happens all the fucking time. I don't want to read any more of these questions. They're truly terrible.
Hey, hold on. Based on powers.
Okay.
Who can inflict pain with a glare?
Holy shit, it's Dakota Fanning's character in the Volturi. I can't remember her fucking name. Dakota Fanning is fucking awesome in these movies, actually. She literally just looks at you and she just goes, pain, and then you just start writhing in pain. But when she does it, it's like, it looks magical.
You mean Jane?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Jane makes pain.
Yeah. Jane makes the pain. She brings the pain on whoever she wants. Yeah.
So,
damn. Twilight's kind of stupid.
It's so fucking stupid.
But Robert Pattinson was good in it, though, right?
Yes.
It really launched his career, and for that I'm grateful. And I think we all are at this point.
Oh, do you know who plays,
You guys haven't seen Good Time, though. Taylor Lautner.
No, I have not. Do you guys know what other roles the actor who plays Jacob played?
He was Shark Boy.
He was Shark Boy.
That was before Twilight.
Lava Girl and Shark Boy?
Yeah.
I would love to do an episode about Spy Kids and that movie,
yeah.
Robert Rodriguez's kids movies. I really enjoy them.
Fucking Shark Boy.
Oh my God.
I know. I love the first Spy Kids movie. I fucking love it. It's fun. There are thumb machine monsters.
I like those. Machete's in it.
Yes.
A machete.
Okay, so wait. Final thoughts on Batman.
It was good. I'd see it again.
I would see it for the first time, but at home.
Okay.
I think that's wise. I don't think if I do watch it again, it's going to be like 5 months or 6 months from now when I can have some separation from it.
That's the thing. I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, because clearly everyone who said it's the greatest Batman ever, I can kind of say, like, well, you're just kind of hyped up. Watch it without hype at home for the first time, and I can give it, like, an honest opinion.
Yeah, I will say less than other Batman movies. I think this one is missable in a theater experience. It's not as much of an action movie as other Batmans. Not that it's not an action movie, because it is, but...
It's more of a noir film, like Just said. It's really nice. It's a good noir.
All right. Well, those are our opinions on the Batman and Twilight and all that fun stuff. If you have any fun opinions on the Batman, more controversial opinions, or whether or not you're Team Edward or Team Jacob, you can send it to us where?
At oneframeoff@gmail.com.
That's right. That's oneframeoff@gmail.com. Also follow us on social. Give us some feedback. Holler at us maybe. You know, do something.
Yeah, man.
And thanks for listening to us ramble. Like, honestly, this always happens when we do any superhero thing.
We just kind of go off.
We all have strong opinions about superhero stuff and movies, though.
Yeah.
We really do. And
Yeah.
divided...
And vampire stuff. I got some strong vampire opinions.
Oh, really quickly, what's your favorite vampire movie?
My Interview with a Vampire. Mostly, only because...
Rose has never seen it. I had to tell her about the synopsis earlier
Only
today.
because of that one scene where it's like super young Kirsten Dunst just cuts off her hair and then just like it's back. And
there's a lot of scenes in that movie that
it's just kind of like, I like things that make vampirism look super depressing.
It is extremely depressing.
I know.
Yeah. Unless you're Antonio Banderas.
And in which case it's sexy.
Yeah, in which case it's like extremely sexy and like, oh, I live in this crypt, but it looks like a cathedral kind of stuff.
You want to know mine? And it's not the best, but I really fucking like this one. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
That's a great movie.
That's pretty sick.
It was fucking great.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie. My
Good job,
favorite
Brittany.
vampire thing of all time is True Blood. Yep. I don't give a shit. It's True Blood.
Yeah?
The first 3 seasons.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right, any thoughts?
I could talk
I
about
don't know. That's it.
forever.
That's it for vampires and bat people.
For right now. For right
now.
now, we're done with vampires.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of us watching Queen of the Damned and Interview with a Vampire and talking about it.
Let's...
A Lestat night.
Lestat night, yes.
We'll have vampire night.
Lestat.
Every night is vampire night.
All right, guys.
Peace out.
Bye. We'll see you next week on same bat channel at the same bat time.
No.
God damn it.